Hi, everyone. My name's Leandra. I'm here again with a member interview, and with me today is Elaine Sanchez. Elaine, do you want to introduce yourself?
Yes. Hi, everyone. My name is Elaine Sanchez. I am an SCI AmeriCorps member. I'm currently serving at UMass Dartmouth in the LeDuc Center for Civic Engagement. I'm also a UMass Dartmouth alumni myself.
Oh, so cool. So tell us a little bit about why you chose to do AmeriCorps after graduating.
My story is kind of funny. So I graduated in the midst of the pandemic, and so everything, shut down. We had to go home, and so after I had finished school, I wasn't really sure what I wanted to do after, like a lot of students, and I had been applying for jobs, and there was just no luck in the field. And so I realized, I wanted to take a gap year and not go right away into graduate school, and I stumbled upon SCI from a member that is already at the Ledoux Center. And then there was a position that opened up. And so I realized as I wait, this pandemic out and kind of figure out what my next steps are, this was a really good opportunity to take, just because of the benefits. And also it helps guide me in the direction that I want to head as I navigate this whole post grad adventure.
Yeah, totally. Especially in the middle of a pandemic, it's nice to have some security.
Oh, yeah.
So, what has it been like serving remotely in the middle of this pandemic?
It's been good. I actually have our grandmother living with us, so it's been nice to be safe and not expose her to any unnecessary, the coronavirus or anything like that. And I do live pretty far away from my host site, so it's nice that I have the opportunity to virtually do this, virtually do my service time, and not worry about, the traffic and the unnecessary things that come with commuting every day. It can be a struggle at times, I will be honest. You are so tempted to just like wake up right before you start, but that's where the discipline comes in. And I really am a fan of working from home. So if you can do it, I recommend it.
It's awesome. It's interesting. I get feel as though I get a lot of back and forth. Some people hate it, some people love it, or there's an interesting mix of it
Yeah.
works, and then sometimes it just doesn't work for people. Um, okay, so you've done quite a few events since starting your service here. Would you like to tell us about any of them and what that's been like for you?
Yeah, sure. I'll say my biggest event I had was this early this year in January for MLK weekend. We had an entire weekend dedicated to MLK and honoring his legacy and also tying that in with service and what that means now in 2021. And it was my first time planning an event on that scale and not to mention virtually. And for that event, we had we talked about art activism because the climate of today's world. I wanted to make sure we highlight that, and we talked about the importance and the connection with social justice and volunteering, and just to kind of show everybody that all of this intersects and it is possible to not only just have these conversations, but to see what it looks like in everyday life. And the numbers we had for that event were far exceeded my expectation, especially on MLK Day. And we had a little, something for his birthday too, of course. So that was my biggest event that we had. We've also had seminars, informationals on, things like blood drives and the importance of BIPOC individuals donating blood in their community and how far it can go. For example, I touched on a story where I recently donated blood in January, and I got a email from the Red Cross, and they told me that my blood actually not only served my local community, but out of state as well. It went all the way to New York. So yeah, just things like that. I definitely love putting on events, and especially when they tie into social justice and just having dialogue between everyone, especially now. That's I think community is so important during this pandemic, and I'm happy that I've been able to have some.
Yeah, no, I mean, you've done some great stuff and we've seen it as other AmeriCorps members serving with you. And I mean, we're super proud. You've done some awesome things. And so to wrap this up with a little lighter question, what is something on your bucket list?
Something on my bucket list. There's a lot on my bucket list, but I'll say The top one is I dream of living abroad for some time. So in the near future, fingers crossed.
Mm.
I definitely want to be able to teach English overseas. I'm interested in Southeast Asia, Taiwan specifically, and South America. Wherever the sun is at all year long, that's where I want to go. But I just love culture and immersing myself and just seeing, different kinds of culture and different languages and the world excites me. So I hope to see it one day.
That's amazing. I hope this happens for you.
Thank
Thank you
you.
so much, Elaine. You were fantastic as usual.
Thank you. Thank you.